My dad, they're all from southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas there. See, I spent a lot of time in Holton and Topeka and Horton, Hiawatha especially. And so, yeah, it's kind of cool being able to come back and do it. The coolest thing ever was, I mean, when I was a kid, we didn't have a theater in our town, but we always went to the movies in Seneca.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They have one theater there in Seneca, and they had 2 screens, I think.
Yeah.
Or they had one theater, and they showed 2 movies a week. But when my first movie came out, it was showing at that theater. And I thought, man, how cool is that? All those years of going to that movie theater as a kid, and now I actually have my name up on the freaking sign. It was kind of neat. I always wanted to be an auctioneer.
Oh, yeah?
I wanted to be an auctioneer, and I wanted to work with livestock somewhere. So I have no idea what I would have done, but I probably, I know I wanted to do something with. Well, before I even moved, I wanted to stay behind. I wanted to live with my adopted grandpa. I wanted to live with him and run the NFO hog collection point for Wilson Hog Market. That was my big dream. I couldn't wait. But of course, that wasn't going to happen. You know what? Yeah, it was a huge culture shock. I mean, I grew up around livestock my whole life. I spent my entire childhood over at the cattle barn loading and unloading cattle trucks and hog trucks, and I loved it. And then I moved to West Palm Beach, Florida, and at first I hated it. And then about 3 months in, when I realized, wow, there's a lot, instead of 16 girls in my class, there's like 80. And there's actually like, if I want to go get a soda or something or a bottle of pop, man, there's a convenience store literally like a block away from my house. So it was a whole different thing. I went from a small town where you knew everybody and it was always the same kids every day to going to a big school in a big city where there was just something going on all the time. And, I mean, you ran into somebody different every 10 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, it was a fun place to spend my teenage years. I wouldn't trade that for my small town, though. I wouldn't. I like growing up where I grew up better there than I did in Florida.
Yeah.
I like doing this. I mean, this is my niche that I found, and I really like it. I have fun with it. I enjoy it. I like making people laugh. I'm a comedian first and foremost. So, this is what I like to do. If somebody wanted me to be in a movie as Dan Whitney, well, I'd probably do it. I mean, but I wouldn't. It's not like I'm sitting at home going, boy, I sure wish I could get out of this whole. I don't do that at all because, like I told in a recent interview, it's when I first started doing this, it was a complete 100% character because I wasn't married, I didn't have kids, I made up relatives, and then I got married, and the more I progressed in my life and the more that what I do has evolved, now I have a wife that I talk about, I have kids, they do funny things, I want to talk about them. And I've kind of incorporated all that into my act. So it became a complete 100% character. Now I put a little bit of family reality in it, but it's still goofy stuff, But, I mean, when I say I've got a wife and 2 kids, I really do. I mean, back in the day, if I said, I got 3 kids, and that wouldn't have been true. But now I really do have a wife and a couple of kids.
Are your kids...
It's just kind of, the character has kind of evolved. Yes, it is a character, but I incorporate a lot of realness into it.